If you're not leading yourself and you're not showing up as the best version of you, then how the heck are you supposed to lead other people? Let me ask you this. Do you have a strong phone? Could you call up the people that have the answers that you need today? Do you have the ability to call someone up and say, hey, I need some help in this area? Drink the juice. What's giving you the juice these days? You can even say it. I am a role model to someone. Someone is watching. Maybe it's your kids. Maybe it's your spouse. Maybe it's your coworkers, colleagues, or your clients, customers, members, whatever it is. Times change. Technology evolves. But the message still stays the same. Light up the planet with positivity. Welcome back to another episode of the Todd Durkin Impact Show. And this is not just another episode. This is episode 450. Oh my goodness, we should have the sirens going off. 450 episodes. I never thought that was going to happen. Many moons ago when we started our podcast, The Impact Show, if you would have told me we were going to episode 450 episodes, I would have told you you're crazy. And here we are, many moons later when we started, 2019, I believe it was, with the podcast. Here we are 6+ years later, 450 episodes later, and man, we've had a lot of good times. And I also want to say thank you for all of you. There are some people who have listened to every single episode. Wow. That right there deserves a great hoodie. That right there, that's some special stuff. So thank you if you've listened to every episode of 450 episodes. That's a lot of episodes right there. And there are some of you who are coming in new, hot off the press. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for always sharing the Todd Durkin Impact Show podcast on your social media, in your newsletters, in your emails with your family, your friends, your colleagues. Thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. The Impact Show podcast, it's completely free. Listen, we got people from all over the world. Last I checked, I think it's 32 countries who listen into the Impact Show. 32 around the world. We ought to start like a world tour. We'll just start and we'll just do different episodes all over the world and that. But I want to say thank you to each and every one of you. If this is your first show or it's your 450th show, unbelievable. We're in the middle of a series right now. And it's all about your next chapter, the next chapter of where you're at in life and where you're at in your career, your business. And I'm at an interesting spot that I'm about to announce next week. Some massive news. It might be the biggest news of my entire fitness and coaching career next week. But you got to listen to this week in order to get to next week, because this is episode 450. Gosh, I can't get over that, 450. But this series, Your Next Chapter, started with me sharing my top 10 memories in 25 years at my first gym, Fitness Quest 10. And then I moved into my top lessons. And we're sharing 25 lessons. And today is the last episode of the actual lessons. So over the last 2 weeks, I've shared lessons 1 through 10. And then last week was 11 through 20. And today is 21 through 25. Air quote, 25. Why? Because I have a little surprise for you at the end on lesson number 25. But you got to get to that in order to find out what lesson number 25 is. So listen in to today's lessons, and I'm not gonna get started slow. I'm gonna dive right in to a deep lesson in number 21. So without further ado, let's go to lesson 21 right now. Point number 21. Have you even met the best version of you yet? Have you even met the best version of you yet? My friends, this is an inspiring statement when you think that you're not even at your best yet. The best is yet to come. When I talk about you haven't met your best self yet, one of the lessons I've learned is, how do you make your dreams bigger than your memories? How do you make your dreams bigger than all the things that have happened in the past, as good or as great as they are, as bad as they are? We have to know that the best is yet to come. So let me ask you, is your best yet to come? Have you even met your best self yet? I hope you think right now that your best is yet to come, because remember this, just a couple little reminders. You are not defined by how much money you make. You are not defined by how much success you've had in your career. You're not defined by, are you living up just to your divine purpose today, but are you going to step into your even deeper divine purpose? But you are defined by the parent you are. You are defined by, are you living your truest and best self, your divine purpose to the nth degree? Have you positively impacted all of those people in your life? Let's not let others define your success or what you do and get in your dome, because I ask you this in point number 21, and I love this one, is what is the next version of you? What is that next iteration? What is this next season that you're stepping into so boldly and courageously today, or that you're dreaming of right now, but you haven't yet publicly stated it yet? My friends, today is your day. Declare it today. Declare a victory today and say, enough is enough. It's time for me to step into an even better season. And maybe you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. Fantastic. Good. Keep going. But let me tell you, there's probably a deeper and even better version of you as a husband or a wife or a father or a mother or as a leader. How can you get even better? That perpetual pursuit for excellence in all that you do. So my friends, when I asked you in point number 21, my lesson, have you even met the best version of you yet? My lesson for me is no, I haven't met that man yet. All I know is when I go side straddle hopping through the pearly gates someday, I want the big man up top to say, hey, Todd, you did everything that I asked you to do and you stepped into your full potential. Well done, good and faithful servant. And that's all that I'm looking for. And I ask for you, whatever it is have you even met the best version of you yet? Continue to go there and do what you're supposed to do. Number 22. And one way to get there is this point in this lesson, number 22, is your habits make or break you. Your habits will set you up for success or failure. Choose wisely. So when I ask you that about your habits, what are your top habits? What are they? Like right now, think about your top habits, your best habits. How do we double down on our great habits? How do we continue to do what is getting us to where we are now? Or is there anything that we need to eliminate, reduce? As a leader, what are some habits that you need to maybe cut back on? Maybe it's your language or your mouth, and you're like, man, I got to clean that stuff up, because what you say is what you become, right? Whatever those habits are, what needs to be eliminated? Maybe there's food you're eating. You're like, man, this isn't serving me well. This is not really purifying my body. And this is a really important thing, that we treat our bodies as a temple. We treat our bodies as a temple, because what goes in comes out. So are we doing anything right now to our bodies that we should stop doing? Eating, drinking, thinking, what's coming input needs to go output. So think about those habits that right now are your best habits and even your worst habits. Like right now, a few of my habits, when I put down the lessons learned for me as your habits make or break you, is, man, I am dialed in morning routine. I'm getting my quiet time up a little too early. When I see 4s on the clock and I sit there, I lie there in bed and say my morning prayers, and think about my morning routine is dialed in right now. And that includes the working out part. 5 to 6 days a week, I'm moving my body vigorously in the morning, because that awakens me. Just prior to this podcast recording, I was out pounding the pavement with the Jersey dog, and we were getting after it. Starts with a nice brisk walk, finish with some hill repeats, come back to the home gym and get after it on that. But that's part of my habit. Journaling. I've been doing more and more writing. When I'm in my deepest places, I love to write. And next week, when I share some big news with you, perhaps the biggest news of my fitness career, I've been journaling. I've been filling notebooks up. I'm just going to say that. Old school, pen to paper, not typing. I love when I'm journaling to put pen to paper on that. Another one is this time with Melanie. Another one is my phone routine. I've been dialed in with my phone routine. What does that mean? I'm taking a 3-hour hiatus, no phone in my hands or around my desk, 3 hours a day, continuously, no phone. It seems ridiculous that I have to say that, but it's the truth. Like, I don't know about you, but man, if you got the phone close and you're constantly checking it and looking at your DMs and all that all the time, that's not good use of effective of your time management. Just go back to Get Your Mind Right in 2020. When I wrote that, I talked about it on really time chunking, So for me, that's one of my routines on that. And then lastly, one of my new routines. This is new. Don't laugh at me. Melanie's laughing at me because I'm doing sauerkraut every morning and every night. I've been, studying gut health and how important gut health is, and I'm on this little kick right now about making sure my gut is in good health, and sauerkraut. So it's like the old, the old apple cider vinegar. Well, I'm doing the sauerkraut first thing in the morning and last thing at night. And, it's got to be I get the sauerkraut from Costco, and I'm dialed in with sauerkraut. Okay. But whatever it is for your habits, they make or break you. And with the habits, I want you to have some rules. So, for example, first hour of the day, I'm not getting on my phone. That's a rule I have. I also have the rule, no phone the last hour of my day. So, but, bookending the days with that, those are rules. 3 texts per day to people that I want to lift up and inspire and speak life into every single day on that. So write down a few rules for your life and share them, please. Even in your DMs or your stories, share them with me. I want to know that you're listening and you take action. I love that you're listening, but we need to take action on the things that are going to help us get to where we want to go on that. So your habits are going to make or break you. Let's choose wisely. Number 23. Have you heard this one before? This is a lesson, but I want to go deep on it. Get your mind right. 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 In the tough times and in good times. Keep going. Keep going. One foot in front of the other. Some of you are going through a tough time right now, and I know some of you are listening in right now and have shared with me. You've texted me and you've shared your soul with me. Thank you. And you're on my prayer list, but keep showing up. Keep going. Be around the right people. Keep journaling and writing and reminding yourself of who you are, where you come from, and where you're going. Again, that previous lesson about the best is yet to come. It is. So when I ask you, what kind of mindset do you have today? Think about that. What kind of mindset do you have? Even business-wise, professionally. Do you have a 5-figure mindset? A 6-figure mindset? A 7-figure mindset, an 8-figure mindset, a broken mindset, a wealthy mindset? I want to make sure today that we have a wealthy mindset, Wealthy not just meaning money. Let me be clear, not just money. When I have my 10 forms of wealth, I talk about every month, do your 10 forms of wealth in your 3 and 30. Wealth doesn't mean money. Wealth means fulfillment in the 10 areas. And I go into this in my God-sized dreams planner and my annual strategic plan. Let me remind you, I've made my share of mistakes in business, and this is episode 450. Is that possible? 450? And I share on episodes 1 and 2 that I'm always going to authentically and transparently show what's going good, what's not going good. And I've shared times when I've made my share of mistakes and wish I could get some redos. But remember, problems create beneficial rearrangements. Thank you, Wayne Cotton. Problems create beneficial rearrangements, which leads to the 7 F's. Fear, frustration, and failure is overcome with faith, fortitude, forward thinking, and follow through. Thank you, Wayne Cotton. Those go hand in hand. Fear, frustration, and failure is overcome with faith, fortitude, forward thinking, and follow through. So keep going. I want to remind you to keep going in the good times, in the best of times, or even in the worst of times, to keep going. You're a lot closer than you think, and you don't want to stop right before you get to the finish line. So what is it you want to manifest in your life? What is it you're looking to create? And when you go through and take these steps, listen, mistakes stink. I hate making them, or I hate when they appear, and they also make us better. They also tighten up our whole being. When you think about the mistakes you make, they're lessons, and hence why I'm sharing 25 plus lessons today. And also, when it comes to get your mind right, I want to remind you this. In order to get your mind right, I think it takes tapping into your whispers even more. Because if you listen to the outside world is so much chatter, and we're trying to please other people, or we're listening to the noise. But I think tapping into the whispers, tapping into your inner voice and listening and tuning the world out and tapping into that whisper and what God is telling you that you should do, I think that's how you get your mind right, because you're not trying to please everyone. Because when you're trying to please everyone, you certainly don't please yourself, because you're trying to please everyone else. So to tap into your whispers is a great way to really listen and go into your divine wisdom on that. In chapter 9, I'll get your mind right. When I talk about tapping into the whispers, that requires a commitment to the time necessary to get quiet time, silence time, time where you do shut your phone off and do those things. So regardless of where you're at with your life today, good, bad, great, things are thriving and going awesome, or you're struggling, know that it's all happening to get you to where you're going to be. And these lessons learned, you got to keep your mind right. So get it right, get it tight, and get your mind right. Number 24, drink the juice. Drink the juice. What's giving you the juice these days? I was talking to a client recently, like, man, I just need some juice. You always need at least one thing that's really firing you up. At least one thing. So what's the one thing that is firing you up today? What's the one thing that, like, man, it is giving you the juice to get out of bed at 4, 5, or 6 in the morning? This is like that was giving you the energy. This is giving you the passion. This is giving you the why of what you're doing. And if you're like, man, I don't know, I don't really have a lot of juice today, then get around people with juice. Get around those people, because when you have juice in your life, it's contagious. And that contagious juice is like, man, I want some of her juice. I want some of his juice. I want to make sure that we're feeling that energy that we need on that. And when you think back, like, what has given you the juice in the past? When were you most fired up in your life? Right? So when was that? For me, and I just think back, this is 25 lessons in 25 years. I think of just, if I reflect on just the last 25, opening up Fitness Quest 10 gave me a lot of juice 25 years ago, opening up, and the unknown. But I got to admit, it was scary as heck. Like, now I think back, man, that was a great time, because when you're going through tough times in the unknown, it's giving you the juice. It's okay if you don't know all the answers right now. If you're opening a business, you're expanding a business, you're closing or selling a business, it's okay if you don't know all the answers. Keep going. Expanding our business gave me juice, the fire of growth. We all love to grow. That's why you're listening to this podcast. I said 450 episodes ago that we're going to continue to focus on perpetual growth personally and professionally. I think about signing with Under Armour. 2007, guys. 2007, I've been with Under Armour. That's a lot of years. But like, man, hey, this is a fork in the road moment. And even now, I think about some of the things going on. Gives me juice. My mastermind program, man. I can't wait. As I record this, we're just a few weeks away from being in Montana, going to our annual retreat, and about 50% of the people in the room will be mastermind members. Not everyone, still room. If you want to go, if you're listening to this before November 13th, then hop over to Whitefish, Montana. But my mastermind, the people I get to coach on a regular basis, even deeper than here on the podcast, that gives me juice. After this podcast recording, I'm going to be on the call with my platinum level mastermind group, giving them juice, giving them some deeper lessons, business and leadership wise and personally. Coaching the kids gives me juice. What gives you the juice? Right? This is all looking back when the kids were in high school, all three. Now my daughter is in high school, a senior. Is that possible? That's crazy. And even right now, what's giving you the juice? Like today, what's giving you the juice? What is it? Right? What is that? I know Impact X Performance. If you're just joining us, you're kind of new to the podcast show. I started a franchise a little over a year ago called Impact X Performance. And we combine fitness and recovery and coaching and faith. So you got faith, fitness, recovery, and life coaching. So when you look at that, that's giving me the juice today to say, hey, we have 6 great locations. And then we just signed a couple more. And hey, listen to next week's episode and you're going to hear some more exciting big news. But that gives me the juice to get up and say, okay, we're living our purpose. So Drink the juice. Whatever that juice is for you, make sure you're drinking the good nectar of the gods, so to speak. Now, before I go to number 25, I gotta share something. This is 25 lessons in 25 years. But my friends, I'm going to go rapid fire because I had a few more that I couldn't stop at 25. That's right. I got some and then some. So let me give you 25, and I'm going to go rapid fire in these last few as we get ready to dive in here. So number 25, this is an important one, very important. Build relationship equity. Build relationship equity. I can't tell you the number of people who have come out of the woodwork in the last 6 months in my life, and I'd call it a coincidence, or most people would call it a coincidence. Remember, there's no coincidences. Coincidence is nothing more than a miracle where God wants to remain anonymous, not a coincidence. Relationship equity. Guys like Steven coming in my life, and Tyler, a fantastic gym designer, and just in all different areas of my life right now, relationship equity that was built over 15 or 20 years, and I didn't even know sometimes it was being built. When Steven, a business consultant, came in and said, Todd, I want to help you with IXP and what you're doing there, and amazing colleague who's helping me immensely. And Tyler, and I'm like, man, all these people coming on in. And let me ask you this. Do you have a strong phone? Do you have a strong phone? What's a strong phone? A strong phone, like when you think about what does that mean? It's like your network. Could you call up the people that have the answers that you need today? Do you have the ability to call someone up and say, hey, I need some help in this area? Let's say it's digital marketing, or let's say it's leadership. Let's say you're making a big decision on a hire, a fire. Should you develop your sales team? Whatever that is in your business right now, build your network and keep serving. Keep serving. And when it comes to that and serving, which is, again, another side note on serving, is in the good times and the bad times, just keep serving. Just keep serving and serving and serving, because serving ultimately, and you don't do it for it to come back, because when you give altruistically, it does come back. And that's just the universal principle, universal law in life. Number 26, build your brand, protect your reputation. Build your brand, protect your reputation. I don't know why, but it seems like there are so many brands who are blowing up right now in a bad way. People who've done stupid things and bad things, and it blows up in their face. And I've said this for 25 years, literally, I've said it, is it takes 10 to 20 years to build a reputation, and it takes one day to destroy it. One day to destroy it. So we work and we toil, and then you make one bad decision, one bad choice, like a really bad decision or choice, and it blows up. I tell my kids this all the time because we see it every week. It's happening. Just proceed carefully. Make the right choices. Make the right decisions. It's a lesson that I've learned. And when I see it, I'm like, shake my head like, man, that's a shame. We're all human. We all make mistakes. But we got to make sure as we build our brand, we protect our reputation, because our reputation can be destroyed in a day. And when I talk about relationship equity, number 25, 26 is all about build your brand, protect your reputation, is we're always building our reputation by how you show up. We're showing up the right way, which brings me to number 27. Lead, lead, lead. A leader of one, a leader of many. If you can't lead one, you can't lead any. Lead yourself first. You must lead yourself first, and then you can lead your other people. But if you're not leading yourself and you're not showing up as the best version of you, then how the heck are you supposed to lead other people? Because they're looking at you and saying, hypocrite. I'm not going to follow this guy. I'm not going to follow this gal. If we lead ourselves the way you're designed to lead, and we go deeper and deeper in our own personal growth, then you are a great leader. When I talk about you can only go as far as you grow, that's why I'm always like, man, be in the room, keep growing, keep learning. One of our lessons in this 25 is all about learning and the perpetual desire to continue to grow and learn. So when it comes to leadership, I've got a few subpoints here. Number one, hire slow, fire fast. Hire slow, fire fast. Does anyone love firing people? Anyone? Anyone? Yeah, I didn't think so. No one loves firing people. But most of us hang on to people too long. You know in your gut, maybe, there's one or two people in your organization that aren't the right fit. They just don't fit. You're trying to make it work for 6 months, 12 months, 2 years or longer, and they ain't the right fit. It's time to get rid of them. It's time to go out and cut the bait and get someone new that is going to fit your culture even better. Number 2, listen with your eyes and listen with your ears. Don't just listen with your ears, listen with your eyes. In today's day, I think it's post-COVID, but people are less apt to share with you all that's going on the inside. Can I get an amen, anyone? Like, you got to really watch and listen with your eyes. So listen with your eyes means you're really kind of studying and scanning a room and trying to detect, is anything wrong? Is something not right? Something doesn't feel right. Is listen with your eyes and your ears. 3, culture is king, and that leads to cash. Cash isn't king. Culture is king, and culture leads to cash. So if you're looking to increase and improve your cash flow, then work on your culture. Work on the culture within your organization, within your business, within your gym, with whatever you do. Work on the culture. And culture starts with the people. And the people starts with you, regardless of what your role is. So think about that culture getting right, because that's the king, and that will lead to cash. Number 4, set high expectations and live them out. Let's not stoop to the level of the average person around us. It ain't good enough. It ain't good enough. I'm not doing this podcast. It's completely free to listen to this podcast. I ain't doing it to just be average or be mediocre. What I want to do is inspire you to live at a level that you know you're capable of playing at. You set the high expectations and you step up into them. Is it easy to be a great athlete? No, it's not easy to be a great athlete. You got to step into those expectations. You got to work your tail off. You're going to sweat, bleed, puke, everything else. I'm not saying you should bleed and puke and everything else, but you know what I'm saying. It's hard. It's hard work. But set high expectations, and then you step up into them. And then when you take the mirror test at night, you know if you've done everything possible to step up into those expectations. Have you given it your all? Have you left it all behind on that? Just that day, you focus on the here and now, and don't get worried about everything else going around you. Don't worry about all that's down the pike. Just keep being great at what you're doing right now. Number 5 of lead, a leader of one, a leader of many. If you can't lead one, you can't lead any. Number 5 in that is cash flow is the lifeblood to an organization. So what can you do to increase cash flow? Now, I share that because I'm someone, as the youngest of 8 kids growing up with no money, that I don't focus on cash flow per se. When I talk about culture, I talk about people, I talk about value. I prefer to lead in that way. But let's face it, cash flow is crucial to keep your organization afloat so that you can go do what you're designed to do. Because no cash flow, no business. No business, no good, because you can't live your purpose. So we do have to keep our eyes on the cash, even if you don't love to do that, or that innately is not what you're designed to do, or have someone around you that's really good at it and get reports from that. So just 5 subpoints on leadership that I think are important that I wanted to share there. Number 28, I got a couple more. That's it. And then we'll get going with our lessons. Show up. Number 28, show up as extraordinary every single day. Someone's counting on you. You are a role model. Repeat, you are a role model to someone. You can even say it. I am a role model to someone. Someone is watching you. Maybe it's your kids. Maybe it's your spouse. Maybe it's your coworkers, colleagues, or your clients, customers, members, whatever it is. Just know this. Show up as extraordinary every single day. Times change. Technology evolves. But the message still stays the same. Light up the planet with positivity, with light, with energy. When I talk about show up as extraordinary, every single day you show up, even when you don't feel like it, even when you got to fake it till you make it. Show up as extraordinary. Light up the planet with positivity, with enthusiasm, with excitement, with energy, with light, with love, with compassion, with empathy. When we do these things, now all of a sudden people are like, man, I like being around her. I like being around him, because you are choosing to live extraordinary. It doesn't just happen. It's not just, hey, he's extraordinary. She's extraordinary. It is an intention that we live with to be extraordinary. And I implore on you today to declare that today is going to be an extraordinary day. Today is that day you're getting an extraordinary workout in right now. Today's the day you're going to get an extraordinary relationship development in right now. You're going to give love and hug and kiss and be extraordinary, my friends, in all aspects of your life, and watch what happens. So how are you being extraordinary? What are you doing? How are you showing up to be extraordinary? How are you most effectively getting your extraordinary message out today? For me, I'm choosing to today declare this as an extraordinary podcast episode. You're like, hey, I feel extraordinary because I am showing up to say, hey, you are extraordinary. Choose to be extraordinary. I'm choosing to make this an extraordinary episode so that you can be different, that you can show up as your best self. And that's going to help you overcome your fears, overcome your stinking thinking. So my question I asked you is, what do you want to be extraordinary at today? Where do you want to be extraordinary at today? And who do you want to be extraordinary with today? Go out and be extraordinary. Number 29. I just got 30. So these are the last two. That's it. And then we're going to be out of here. Number 29. Ooh, I like this one a lot. Number 29 of my top 25 lessons. Who do you want to be a hero to? Who do you want to be a hero to? Think about that. You are a hero to somebody. You are. And when you think about who do you want to be a hero to, how can you step into being that hero because of the decisions, the habits that you make today and going forward, not looking back? Because when you think about what are the questions you're going to ask yourself at the end of your life, and recently in losing some colleagues and friends in my life, God rest Rob Milani's soul from Perform Better, God, 48 years young. I think about his beautiful wife, Erin, and 3 kids. And I'm thinking, man, like life is not guaranteed, guys. It's too short. It's too short. So when I ask you, who do you want to be a hero to, your kids, regardless of whether they're 1-year-old or they're teens or high school or they're older, they're grown up, or it's your spouse or it's your members or your clients, your customers, it's people you don't even know. What is it? So let me ask you this question. What are you willing to die for? Now, when I ask you, what are you willing to die for? When you think about who do you want to be a hero to, when we go on a mission, we go on a crusade because of your divine purpose, what are you willing to die for? And who are you willing to die for? What are you willing to die for? And who are you willing to die for? Now, as I say, who are you willing to die for? You might be like, well, I'm willing to die for my wife. I'm willing to die for my kids. Okay. Let me reframe those questions, though. Instead of asking you, what do you want to die for? Because no one likes to think about, hey, I'm willing to die for this. What are you willing to live for? What are you willing to truly live for? Who are you willing to live for? To live for, like I'm talking fully live, to go out and not only to work your butt off from the sunrise to sunset, but to take vacations where you're fully present on the plane and in the mountains. And I can't wait to get to Montana with Melanie and enjoy the mountains of Montana and like fully be present with those who are in the room. That's when you're fully living, when you're fully present. Who are you willing to live for? And what are you willing to live for? What is that mission, that crusade that you're willing to live for? And what are you going to do? And when are you going to do it? What are you going to do? And when are you going to do it? Declare today. As you listen to this episode 450. Again, I can't believe we're on episode number 450. Crazy. But what are you going to do? And when are you going to do it? I encourage you to do it now. Do it now as you listen in and say, you know what? I got to level up. I got to step up into that next best version of me because the best is yet to come. Because lastly, number 30 of my top 25 lessons, how to get the and then some in there, is live your why. Live your why. Live your purpose. Live your divine uniqueness. Like when I talk about a lesson learned, coming back to your why, let me ask you this. When and why did you get into your business? When and why did you get into your career? Think back, I don't know, was it 10 years ago, 20, 25 years ago when I opened my first gym, Fitness Quest 10? Like, are you living the same why now? Probably not exactly, but hopefully the why is the same. Because I know this. 25 years ago when I opened a small studio with refurbished carpet, refurbished equipment, no cash, no clients, and no business plan. That doesn't make sense. But my why was strong. My purpose was strong. Even though I didn't know it, I knew I wanted to help people. The mission then was to help people. I wanted to help people. I didn't care who it was. It didn't need to be a pro athlete. That for darn sure didn't have any pro athletes then. But when I talk about live your why, live your purpose, and live your divine uniqueness, isn't it funny how sometimes success over the years and time gets you a little further away from the center point of your divine uniqueness? Whatever that is, for me as a coach and trainer who used to do 40 sessions a week, I got further and further away from it. Always have trained. Let me be clear with that. I have always, to this day, I still train. And you know what? That is my divine uniqueness. That is what I love. And as a matter of fact, Matt, next week you're going to hear some big news. What is your sweet spot? Like you grow and you get accolades, you get achievements, or life seasons take you further away. But how sometimes can you recalibrate just to make sure that you're still doing your sweet spot stuff? You're still serving your divine uniqueness. You're still serving your purpose at a deeper level. How do you scale your purpose? How do you live your why? And in point number 30 for me, it's all about impact, man. It's all about impact. Big goal, because in lesson number 1 and 2, episode 1 and 2 of this podcast, the Impact Show, I talked about it every episode, not knowing how many episodes there were going to be, was going to be full of impact. Live inspired. M is master your craft. P is play at world class. A is take action. C is condition for greatness in all areas, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Play at world class. Take action, condition for greatness, condition in all those areas. And T is tenacity, fervor, energy, and spirit. And I think about impact now as how can you maximally create impact in all you do? My lesson that I share with you is every decision I make is this going to be an impactful decision? Does it get me closer to the sweet spot or not? Can we scale the sweet spot or not? And I ask you, maybe you're off the sweet spot a little bit. Maybe you're off your why a little bit, or you're off your divine uniqueness a little bit, or your purpose. Then just get back on track, because that's a decision. That's called life. And sometimes the sweetest times of our life when we're doing things that seem really hard and we don't even know we're making this massive progress, and it seems overwhelming. It seems hard. I get it. I totally understand. And when you think about that, I think about all the different times that I've been through that were challenging and tough, and you're going through it and you're feeling it. You're like, man, I don't know if I can do this. And you don't know all the answers. And man, like, I'm tired. And just know this, that when we're tired, that's when we're often attacked by demons that we conquered long ago, and they pop up. And it's like, okay, get back on track, because it's the hardest battle is not always what you know, it's what you feel. I feel this. Let's not get attached to the feelings. Let's get attached to what we know we got to do based on the divine purpose, that uniqueness that is inside of us, that gift that God gave you and me, because we all have it. We all have that, and we could stay close to our divine uniqueness, our purpose. And I call that impact. And that impact is my last lesson, because that's what I'm all about, is impact. We got to make sure that we have that impact that is necessary to be the light. My friends, I thank you for joining me today and these last several episodes of my top memories of 25 years at Fitness Quest 10 in my gym, which was episode number 1, or in this series that I'm having all about your next chapter, the next chapter. And then I had 3 episodes here that shared my lessons, right? Lessons 1 through 10, 11 through 20, and today 21 through 25, really to 30. It's my top 25 lessons and all 30 of my lessons. But I had to sneak them in there because I had a tough time narrowing them down. I wanted to share with you some wisdom that hopefully you can glean 1 or 2 or 3 things from. And please share them. Share them on your stories. Say, I was listening to the Impact Show, the Todd Durkin Impact Show, and this is the one that resonated the most today and where I'm at in my season of life, knowing that these seasons, they come and they go, but we're designed for great things. So know this, when I talk about be the light, the mission and crusade at Impact X Performance, and something I've been doing for now 25 plus years, is be the light is how do you show up in your sanctuary, wherever your sanctuary is. Mine is a gym. And that is my divine uniqueness as a coach on all levels, as a mindset coach and trainer, and love getting people's businesses and lives in their sweet spot. On that is know this, that sometimes when time's seen the darkness, the darkest, and the darkness is showing, when the times are sometimes the darkest, that's when the light shines the brightest. Meaning, as long as there's a flicker on, there's hope. As long as there's a little flicker on, there's hope. So keep the flicker on. And maybe this is a flicker today. This episode is a flicker just to light that light, to remind you of who you are and where you come from, what you're made of and where you're going, because the best is yet to come. My friends, I say thank you. And next week, I've got some of the biggest news in my life, the biggest news in my fitness career. And I'm getting emotional now thinking about it because I've been working on something long and hard that I haven't shared publicly yet. And I'm going to share it next week. And God is good. God is good. And that's all I'm going to say is God is good. And can I get an amen to that? Because going back to episodes 301 through 306, the Reinvention Project, and go back to that after listening to this series, when I think about what I've experienced in the last 5 years has gotten me to this point, what I'm about to announce next week. I couldn't be more excited about what's to come. And I've shared all of it. So if you've been listening to the episodes, congratulations. Probably what I share next week will not surprise you, but if you're somewhat new to the show, maybe it will. But all I can tell you is I'm more fired up than I've ever been in my life. I'm so excited to share with y'all next week the big news. And then right on the heels of sharing, we're going to be in Montana celebrating for our annual retreat. The theme is called Ignite. How can we ignite our lives and our careers and our businesses to get to the next level, to not only end 2025 strong, but to catapult and ignite into 2026. Thank you so much. Have an incredible day. And until next time, remember, train hard, eat right, live inspired, and go create impact.